How's it going, guys? My name is Adam, I guess. Semifinals time in LBC, taking on Trolls Royce's Sacramento Swellows. I had an insanely good matchup here. I was fully expecting Hydreigon and Skarmory to come, but they didn't end up bringing them, which was fortunate for me and also unfortunate at the same time. But anyways, I'm bringing a fairly standard, like, offense team, but defense is where it starts to get nice. I've EV'd Tangrowth and Florges very intricately. Mew's just a standard bulky pivot. But anyway, let's get into the battle. Alright, so he sends out Kangaskhan first. Whoa, this is going way too fast. So I swap out a Surfetch thinking, well, oh, he's going to fake out. And that's pretty much what he ended up doing. He goes for the fake out here and hits the Rocky Helmet down. She switches into Nidoqueen as I go for the Synthesis, thinking he was going to Ice Punch or something, and plus it was a nice low risk play. Goes for the sub, and I go for the Psychic Wand to break the sub, see what he's going to do, and he opts to Toxic here, which I find interesting. So, he'll swap into Top Null here? Yeah, he does. Swaps into Top Null, and Psychic does absolutely nothing. And I thought Force Drill was going to do more. And it does absolutely nothing. He goes for the U-turn, which was a nice solid read on my part, and Rotom comes out, and I'll go for the U-turn on this thing, and I'll go into Florges, I think? Yeah, Florges. Shadow Ball goes out, and judging off of that damage, I'm thinking it may be Specs. I didn't know for sure, but I go for the Heal Bell, get rid of the poison on Mew, and goes for the Wish. So I Sludge Wave here, and go into Tangrowth. Goes for the Swords Dance, which, and I put this thing to sleep. So I go into Surfetch thinking I can break this thing down, and he U-turns, which sucks for me. So he goes into Quef, and I go back into Tangrowth because I made my Tangrowth able to 1v1 Quef. And we double into Cinderace and Nidoqueen. I go for the Zen Headbutt, and I get the flinch as he lives on one. That was a very high roll, so we got pretty fortunate there. And we U-turned out on the Milotic, doing a massive chunk to it. But he'll recover that back up anyways, which I expected. Quef comes in, and close combat does a lot to it. I mean, it does a good chunk, I should say. But he switches out and goes into Top Null, and I go for the Sludge Wave, and I go for the Sludge Wave again. And he'll U-turn out and goes into Rotom. And he'll quick Shadow Ball, and if I wasn't convinced it was Specs before, it's definitely Specs now. There's nothing he can do to hide it from me. Go back into Florges, and I quick Wish here as he Shadow Balls again, just to heal that damage back up, and go for the Moonblast. That does a lot more to Clefable than I was thinking. So I kept clicking Moonblast, and see, Moonlights. Wish Moonlight. See something new every day. But, yeah. So he keeps Moonlighting, I keep Moonblasting, and we get up to 70. He gets up to 75, so I'm thinking, yeah, I'll win this. I'll go into Nidoqueen as he goes into Nidoqueen. But he chooses to sack off Top Null to a Sludge Wave, which is fair. Rotom comes out, and I go back out with Florges, because who wouldn't? He reads that and goes for the Volt Switch and goes into Nidoqueen. So I'm thinking, Florges is bulky, it'll take this. And it took it. And I kill the Nidoqueen with Moonblast. 6-4. Alright. Kangaskhan comes out, and I go into Tangrowth because, you know, it's my check. And Double Edge, it does more than half, so that's already pretty uncomfortable. So I go into Florges to sack it off, and Kangaskhan barely has a sliver of HP left. Go into Cinderace, and I U-turn out on the Milotic. And I go into Tangrowth. Tangrowth goes in now. So I Giga Drain here, and the glory of my Tangrowth set is that it can two-shot Clefable with Sludge Bomb if it wasn't a berry. It was a berry, so I'm sad about that, but it didn't really matter, as Medusa got the kill anyways. So Rotom comes out and it goes for Shadow Ball again. And I quick Pyro Ball here, I think? Yeah, quick Pyro, because if Malwatic comes in, it's an easy U-turn. I'm surprised he didn't reveal Flip Turn on Malwatic, to be honest. I go into Tangrowth, and yeah, pick off Mega Kangaskhan here, and I pick off the Rotom too. And at this point it's GG, because Malwatic can't handle anything left on my team. Can't handle the combination of everything. So I go into Surfetch, trying to chunk this thing down for Tangrowth or Mew, which I selected Mew after this to just click Psychic and bring home the game. 4-0, and we go to finals. So I don't know who we'll face in finals. I won't find that out until next week, or this week actually. But this is exciting. This is my first finals appearance in any draft league. As always, or not as always, but I want to thank my team building crew, Josh, Bill, and Snom. Y'all have been amazing. Crystal too. NGT there to just he reviewed my team against Luca, so he deserves a shout out too. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for putting your faith in me. This has been a wild ride. Well, I'll see you then.